when you want to create collaboration in a large institution or an environment, theoretically, you just put a bunch of people on Facebook and they'll collaborate together. The problem is that people don't actually do that. The problem is that in order to build a real trust-based environment, you need to have some level of emotional connection. So you're right, if I'm outside of the circle, if I was outside, if these 6 people who sat here were having lunch together, would any of you walk up to them and say, "Hi, my name is Ori, I'd like to join you for lunch"? No way, right? They were obviously a closed-off system, which can be problematic. And at the same time, what if you're trying to get that specific circle to be more intimate with each other? What if you're trying to get them into a circle to be more trusting? When you look at it from a societal perspective, the government asks everyone, the government has a huge database that they collect that basically asks a zillion questions about people's relationships, their friendships, things like that. And one of the questions that they ask is how many confidants, very, very close friends, people have. The numbers over the years have been basically pretty much steady. And on average, the most frequent answer given is 3. People have about 3 confidants. And something very interesting happened in 2002, 2003, right when people started doing a lot more social networking. Guess what is the modal or the most frequent answer that is given right now in terms of how many confidants people have?
1.
1? Guess? 10?
7?
0. The mode is 0. That we've given up in the idea of building cross silos and building a ton of connections. We've, I think, to a degree, lost out on the intensity of the connections, the intimacy of the connections. But I would agree with you that you need both. The last thing you need is a completely solid organization where it's us versus them. However, when you're in us versus them situations, it also builds intimacy.